here we are. It is recording. Hopefully it will save. This is episode 1 of 2.0 of the Third Option little sports podcast that we're coming up with. My name is Gunnar McGathy. I am the East facilitator here at the Whitehall High School. And with me today is
Kel McIntyre. I'm a student athlete here at Whitehall High School, senior.
I am Joe Mosley. I'm a graduate of Whitehall High School and a junior at the University of Arkansas Monticello.
And I'm Jack Menard. I'm a student here at Whitehall High School. I'm a senior.
First thing we're going to do this morning, we're going to talk about a little high school football here in Jefferson County, starting off with our very own Whitehall Bulldogs taking on the not-so-friendly Yellow Jackets of my hometown, Sheridan. Joe, do you want to cover that for us?
Yeah, I'll get into it a little bit. I think it's going to be a hard game for us to win. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I really believe Whitehall's going to be able to score and get some points on the board. It's just whether we're going to be able to stop Sheridan or not is the problem. So I could see the game being like a 41-27 type ball game. I just think it's going to be really hard for us to stop Sheridan every time they get the ball. But I do believe their defense is gettable. I do think Dylan Mitchell's going to be slinging that thing to Kel McIntyre for touchdowns. And we got some good sophomores this year. Who are the two really? Caleb Bunch and
James Jones.
And James Jones. So watch out for those two guys. Sheridan probably already knows about them. But they may surprise everybody on Friday night. I think it's going to be a really good game. The Highway 270 trophy is up for grabs, and hopefully Whitehall can get it. But I'm going to get this. I'm giving the slight edge to Sheridan for this Friday night.
I'm going to disagree, and not just because I'm a homer. I watched a lot of that Camden Fairview versus Sheridan first half when it's normally ones-on-ones. For those of you that don't know how a benefit game goes, is two teams get together, they agree to play for no reason but just to get better. And so usually the first half is ones-on-ones, varsity on varsity, just who the best is. Then you get into the third quarter and you usually start getting your threes and your fours and your twos in, okay? Sheridan did not do that. That's how they scored. They put out all these highlights of the quarterback, the running back, all of them scoring. It's all in the third and fourth quarter with the JV team from Camden Fairview. I watched the first half. Camden Fairview's D-line was whooping Sheridan's offensive line, and they're supposed to be
a lot of interceptions. Too.
Yeah.
So they might have thrown, I think I saw 2.
Yeah.
In 2 quarters?
Now, granted, again, it's a benefit game. You know, Kevin wasn't maybe throwing the whole book out there so that way they don't study film. But I think it may be a high-scoring shootout. Okay, I don't know how great our offense is going to be, but their defense is terrible. We know that. But I think that if we can get to the quarterback, Zay Stevens can't carry the whole thing by himself. He doesn't have a backup. He don't have Eli Turner this year. It's him. Now, yeah, they've got a bigger, buffed-up offensive line. But if our defensive line can make some penetration, we can get that thing. And I was talking to D. Mitchell yesterday, and their D-line is looking like a bunch of pillows.
And that's what I was talking about. The reason I don't think we're going to be able to stop Sheridan is because how do you cause interceptions on the other team? You pressure the quarterback and you put him under stress and make him make quick decisions. And that if you keep doing that throughout the whole game, he's going to make a wrong decision. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that through the entirety of the game.
Right, I got you on that. And it all comes down to whether or not we can
I hope we can. Yeah, I hope Whitehall wins by 90. Dogs by 90.
But, I mean, I'm not going to be a homer. It all comes down to getting that fourth down stop. When you've got them stopped, you're like, all right. But then they're not going to punt, so it don't matter if it's 4th and 1 or 4th and 40. Get off the field and then get the dadgum onside kicks. So, right. Well, that's it for that game. We'll move on. We've got a couple other Jefferson County matchups. The Watson Chapel Wildcats, they've got a brand new arena. I think they updated their football stuff earlier, but this year they're starting the year off week 0 taking on former coach here. He was on our staff, Vincent Hunter, and I had his name. He was a science teacher right down here on the corner. Brandon Marks. They've joined back up running the defense over there at Jacksonville. They've got second-year coach, Kel. What you think about the Trojan Wildcats?
Yeah, I think it's a tough matchup for Watson Chapel because Jacksonville probably has one of the best running backs in the state, probably second to Isaiah Stevens and Mason Ball. So I don't know. It's tough for Watson Chapel to deal with someone like that. And Jacksonville's also gotten a lot of transfers because of Coach Reggie. He's got influence everywhere, getting guys offers, and it's hard to go up against a team like that in Chapel. But I feel like I have Jacksonville win by at least 2 touchdowns. Mason Ball is really hard to stop.
Hey, let me ask something real quick. So it sounds like you've been keeping up with Jacksonville. I have not. I was looking at a top 10 poll that came out with the top 10 best teams in 5A alone.
Yeah.
All over 5A. And they have Jacksonville ranked number 7. Do you agree with that poll?
And all of 5A?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're that good, but I'd probably say they're in the top 15 at least because like Sheridan, Mason Ball is carrying that offense on his shoulders, and
their defense is going to be better this year than it was last year.
Defense is going to be good. So
I think they are. I think they're definitely top 10.
They could be a more complete team this year for sure, and it's just a bad matchup for Chapel.
So I've looked into some of the other matchups in Jefferson County. We got Pine Bluff going to War Memorial, taking on the Parkview Patriots. New head coach at Pine Bluff. Decent looking little quarterback wide receiver duo. I think they threw for 3 touchdowns last week in their scrimmage against Little Rock Southwest. I don't think that's going to be a big deal this week because they are taking on Parkview. Parkview doesn't have Mr. Bolding as the head coach anymore, but that didn't seem to stop them last year. And so I'm going with Parkview. I'm not putting a score on it. I'm not big about covering scores because it's high school football, but I do think Parkview will pull it out by probably more than 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Which Bolden brother do you think's going to have the better year this year?
Are they not still together?
No, Brad's at North Little Rock.
I knew that. Where's Bobby?
At Parkview.
Oh, Bobby stayed. I thought Bobby went to North Little Rock.
No, Bobby's the head coach of Parkview.
Is he still
dang.
the offensive coordinator?
No, he's the head coach.
Oh, he's the head coach.
Yeah.
now.
See, I thought he went with his brother to North Little Rock. That tells you how much I actually pay attention. Man, 7A, we'll get into some matchups across state. 7A is so packed, it's hard to win.
Oh my gosh, bro. 7A is insane.
Literally, of all the 7A teams, you know how many are actually playing in-state teams this week? Let me count.
Probably 1 or 2.
So, Bryant's playing Benton. Jonesboro's playing Cabot. Those are 7As.
Mm-hmm.
Conway's traveling out of state. Central's playing Sylvan Hills. Little Rock Christian's playing Harding. Those are 2 private schools playing up. So I really wouldn't count those as Little Rock Christian's still a 6A school to me, size wise. The Fort Smith schools are playing each other. PA is going out of state. Bentonville's going out of state. Bentonville West is playing Greenwood. We'll talk about that here in a minute. That's one of my games of the week. Harbor's playing out of state. Fayetteville's playing out of state. Shiloh Christian's playing out of state. Heritage is playing out of state.
God.
So, yeah, that is 7A football in Arkansas. It's slept on, in my opinion, and we'll get into that next week because of who's coming to the state of Arkansas. But let's pick some games real quick, just some fast-paced. Just give me your pick. Salt Bowl, Bryant and Benton. It's actually at Benton this year.
You go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
I wanna
Start
hear
us
what you
off.
got.
It's Bryant, and it's not even going to be close. I love Benton High School. I think it's
You're about the only one at this table.
No, I really believe it's one of the best school districts in the state. But I just do not see Benton football team beating Bryant.
We're going to get salty later when we get into basketball. We're going to throw out some allegations.
But I got Bryant.
Bryant.
I completely agree. Bryant's probably going to.
I coached at Bryant for a spring semester when they were doing spring football. That is a different machine even now that Quad Sanders is the head coach. Not only are they a offensive gauntlet, but they are now a defensive gauntlet. Don't disagree. Just say Bryant and move on.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing at all. Well, it's a cool rivalry and all, but it's not a competitive rivalry.
Yeah.
It was 2 years. 2 years, I think.
And it's not to
It'll
say
be
that
close because it's at Benton.
But it's not to say that Benton's not a good team.
No.
It's just that Bryant's
basically a college team.
Facts.
Yes, pretty much.
Another one out of 7A, 6A matchup that I want to highlight just because, first off, shout out Hootens.com. They are the standard when it comes to high school sports in Arkansas. I know Chris Hooten very well. He's My brother-in-law he's my brother-in-law's father-in-law, so I've gotten to sit down and talk to him. He has now sold the company to a different people, but he still had a big influence on the start of it, and so I use Hootens.com a lot to get a lot of information about Arkansas high school football. They had Bentonville West beating Greenwood. So it is at Greenwood, Bentonville West at Greenwood. Kel, are you familiar with the Bentonville West Wolverines?
I'm not, but I'm very familiar with the Greenwood Bulldogs. I know 4 or 5 players on the team personally, and I asked them, I was like, all right, how you guys going to be, losing Kane Archer? And they were like, we'll still be competitive, but we're not going to be, the state championship level caliber team anymore. And that's why I think Bentonville West is going to win because, Greenwood will still be good, but I don't know if they can compete with someone like that, in my opinion. So I got Bentonville West.
Okay, Mr. Bulldog, I'm going to ask you a quick question then. Besides Whitehall, who do you have winning the 5A state championship this year?
Joe T.
Oh, my.
Oh, absolutely, Joe T. Sorry, Joe T's
Greenwood is
Greenwood 5A or are they
Yeah,
6?
they
dropped back down to 5A?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang, I forgot about. See, like I said, I don't keep up
And
with football.
Shiloh bumped up, so.
I knew that.
I'm telling you,
because of
Greenwood
private
will win
rule
the
stuff.
5A state championship
No.
this year. They
So,
will beat Joe T.
Before we waste too much time on high school sports, I want to jump into some college sports. We all know our own opinions on college sports and the layout of that, but it is week 0/week 1. Whatever your opinion is on that, I don't really know or care, but we're not going to discuss that. We're going to talk about our former offensive coordinator at the University of Arkansas and former head coach, Mr. Bobby Petrino, is getting the college football season kicked off at TCU. Is that Dublin game? That's the Dublin game. They're going at Dublin. They are flying from North Carolina
to Ireland.
TCU is flying from Dallas to Ireland to play.
Oh, boy.
First off, let's talk about that for a second. Why do y'all think college football's, like the pros started it a couple years ago, playing in London, playing in Dublin.
Right.
I think they went down to Brazil, which was a whole ordeal, but now college football is going international.
Because it's like you just said, NFL's doing it, and I guarantee you college football, the NCAA has been keeping a close eye saying, okay, can we really make money going overseas? And apparently they can or they wouldn't be doing it. Because it's all about how much money we could put in our pocket. So apparently they're making really good money going
I don't know.
there.
I know that there's like a NIL kind of deal with the promotion of that game, I think, that some of the players got. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah. Bill Belichick year 2, Bob Petrino year 1. TCU, they still got what's his name? He came from SMU.
Yeah, I remember.
He took Max Duggan to the national championship game, got blown out by Georgia. Sonny's I have it right here. Players. Nope, not players. I want to know coach. Anyways, nevertheless, who do y'all got?
Yeah, he went to the national championship a couple years ago.
I said that.
Oh,
Anyways,
did he?
who you got? North Carolina, TCU. Off rip, Jack. Start us off.
I don't know. I'll probably go with Bobby P as OC. I think that North Carolina's going to come out of the ashes a little bit. I'm going to give North Carolina. I'm not going to say by like a blowout or anything. Probably like 1 or 2 touchdowns.
I'm just going to say this. I want everybody to wrap their minds around this. Bill Belichick, one of the greatest defensive minds of all time, playing with one of the greatest offensive minds in college football of all time. And he still is. I tell people, I said, we had one of the top 25 ranked
offense was not our problem last year.
So when you combine that, I think North Carolina's going to have a really, really good team. And everybody's sleeping on them because nobody's been talking about them this offseason.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. The splits are kind of even right now. TCU 50, UNC 50. It's about as even as a matchup as you can get. I'm really leaning towards North Carolina just because of the coaching. I think that makes a big difference between the two teams, and I got UNC coming out on top in week 0.
I'm gonna pick UNC. But
I feel like it's going to be a really close game.
TCU, I will say, they got some dudes.
They do.
They recruited the state of Texas very well, and everybody knows that high school football runs through the state of Texas. I don't care about Florida. They're great. I don't care about California. Texas is where we know players come from, and they have done a great job. Coaching-wise, I don't believe in Bill Belichick that much as a head coach, but Bobby Petrino, their offense last year, UNC's offense last year is the reason they struggled, in my opinion. They got a new quarterback in. He bounced around a little bit. He was at Wisconsin for a stint. I think he even went to Maryland for a little while. He's a senior guy leading that deal. Yeah, he was at Wisconsin last year. He got injured. His season got cut short. He's looking for a fresh start under Bobby P. I'm a Bobby P guy. I've always been a Bobby P guy. I don't think he should have been the Arkansas head coach, but I would have liked him to come in and still be the OC and us get a DC with half a mind that can get some players. But we also spent so much money on offense last year. We didn't have any guys on defense. I love Coach Williams as our defensive coordinator. He just had no guys. I mean, we had a couple of guys, but that Kamani Walker dude got drafted, and I don't even know how well he did last year. But anyways, I got UNC. Couple of other games I want to highlight real quick. Again, not talking a whole lot about these next games because we don't really know much about the teams, but I do want to shout out a couple of people. Sac State's coming up to the FBS 1 level this year. They're kicking off the season at Eastern Michigan. Again, we don't even have to pick that game, but North Dakota State finally moving out of the FCS. They have won a bunch of FCS championships. They are now in the FBS, taking on Jack State as their first game at home. Anybody think they get beat on Saturday?
Nah,
I don't think so.
I think, yeah, I don't know.
They're playing Jacksonville State?
Yeah, Jack State.
I don't. In Mississippi?
They're playing it at home in North Dakota.
Okay. I think they'll beat them.
Yeah, North Dakota State's a pretty good football program.
Yeah.
So
lastly,
what conference are they in?
who?
North Dakota.
North Dakota State is.
Or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. North Dakota State's in that.
They're in the Mountain West.
Mountain West. Yeah, I thought they went up to the Mountain West.
Okay, well they can win some games. They'll be decent in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
And then lastly, since we took their coach, since they're playing one of my favorite coaches at UNLV, I want to talk about UNLV and Memphis. I like the guy that got the Memphis job. Again, don't know much about him. This game's at Allegiant Stadium at Las Vegas. UNLV's got a great quarterback this year.
Yeah.
I'm pulling y'all some deep stuff. Everybody's scrambling. If y'all can't see us on here, but everybody's pulling their phones out, searching this stuff up because they didn't know I was going to do this to them. Jackson Arnold is at UNLV, I think still. Yeah, he came from Auburn. He's at UNLV still. He's got the starting job under the quarterback guru, Dan Mullen. We all know about Dan Mullen. So I think they take care. I think UNLV takes care of business. I think Memphis is going to be good this year. Thank you for your head coach. I'll love it. Not everybody does maybe, but I do. So I think that UNLV takes care of Memphis right here week 1.
Yeah, I agree. UNLV is favored by 3 points. Honestly, like you said, UNLV's quarterback is – he's really good. He's really
SEC
good.
caliber.
Really good. So I think he's gonna lead the offensive charge for them, and UNLV is pretty good. I have them beating Memphis.
I think UNLV is going to win too, and I can see them winning by double digits. I love Dan Mullen. The fact he didn't get a SEC job or something last year amazed me.
I honestly don't know if he wants to come back.
I guess
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Number one, why not stay at UNLV when there's really not very much pressure? Win, 9-10 games, get a bowl game every year, and get a pretty good quarterback that you can develop, and then it's Vegas, baby. I mean, there's probably more NIL opportunities there than anywhere else.
Right.
We got more time this time. It's just now 7:58. We still got about 5 minutes. Let's run through some Arkansas college football. I've got the schedule pulled up. We all know the schedule very well. I want to talk about a couple of games specifically that everybody's counting us out, but don't sleep on the Hogs. Week 2 at Utah. I think the line's starting to flip more in the middle. Utah's got a new head coach. Kane Archer did not win that quarterback starting job. I think we can go out there and win it.
It's just The thing about the game is that it starts at 9:15 p.m. and I feel like that's really tough to prepare for.
You don't think them variables that they're staying up past 9:15?
I'm just saying.
Listen, that's like a baseball game starting early in the morning. When you travel baseball players, they know how to get up and play. The only problem is it's a 9:15 game, and then the next Saturday we got screwed. We started at 11 against Georgia. That's going to be
I'll tell you guys this: Utah is favored by 12 points against us.
12?
Yes.
I don't care what.
What?
Here's my prediction about this, real quick.
We'll get Jack next. I saw you, Jack. We'll get you next.
If we beat Utah, we'll make a bowl game.
Absolutely.
If we don't, I don't think we will. But
I agree.
If we beat Utah, we'll win a bowl game.
Jack, you had your hand up.
I'll just say this. I mean, I don't even look at what the line is. Who's favored more at this point? Because Arkansas can literally go out against anybody and put up a fight. Like all of last year, we might have went 2-10, but by God, we were the best 2-10 team of all time. So I mean, like, if we could just know how to just finish a game off, we'll beat Utah.
Yeah,
like last year.
And I think our defense will be a little improved this year.
That's what we need. Yeah.
The last big key, in my opinion, game. There's 3, but actually there's 4, and they're all back to back. But Tennessee and Missouri at home, and then Vanderbilt and Auburn on the road. I think this may be a hot take, okay, but I think we go 2-2 in those games.
I'll go. Hey, I've been seeing a lot of people pick us to beat Missouri. I don't know if you've been saying that, but I've been watching these predictions, and I'm like, well, that surprises me. So that gives me a little hope that we can beat Missouri. I tell you another game I think we can win. It's A&M. We're due. We're due to be A&M.
Jimmy's and Joe's sometimes win, but Tennessee always struggles in Fayetteville.
I agree. Tennessee.
That's why I think if we can.
Aguilar put up the worst play of all time last time they came over here. So I mean,
Tennessee does struggle in
ran out of bounds. But also, hey, shout out Ryan Silverfield. Everybody's doubting him as a coach.
I'm not.
He was 4-1 or 5-1 against all these 5-1 against Power 4 coaches and all these new coaches at Auburn. Yeah, it's the Plains, okay, but he still is Alex Gollish's father. And we're going to end on that statement just because I want to.
I totally agree.
All right, everybody. We'll just want to say thank y'all for everybody that's coming out, listening. If y'all are listening, please give us a follow on whatever social media platform that we're going to end up putting this thing on. This is the third option.
I want to thank Arkansas. Y'all know I love Arkansas. Everybody back home, remember, y'all my inspiration. I ain't supposed to be here because I'm from Arkansas. Arkansas ain't worth the piss. They told me I have to leave Arkansas to be worth something. Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
Yeah, they tried to say that I wasn't going to make it.